Hey, it's a great day in Denver. We are living in Denver, and today we're going to take you through a suburb that's called Lakewood, just due west of Denver, and tell you all the ins and outs, good and the bad, and going to give you some information about why we're standing in front of a pink building. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle Wise.
And I'm Cheryl Crown.
And we are
living in Denver, Colorado.
If you're thinking about making a move to Denver from out of state, or you're currently living in the Denver metro area and you are looking to move within it, then you've come to the right place.
Because we live here, we can give you the inside scoop on everything Denver. So please be sure to tap the bell below and subscribe to be the first to know the next time we drop a new video.
And listen, while we love making these videos, we are realtors here in Colorado. And so our intention with these videos is to simply inform you all about the great things here in Colorado. So make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of our information is down below.
We get calls and emails every day, and we personally respond to each and every one. So regardless of your time frame, we are totally here for you. So with that, let's get to it.
Okay, so here we are today in Lakewood, and stick around till the end and we'll tell you why we're sitting in a parking lot with a great big pink building behind us. But before we get to that, I wanted to give you a little information about Lakewood. Lakewood sits west of Denver. It's about 8 miles due west of Denver. And Lakewood is kind of situated between Denver on the east and the mountains on the west. So that's actually a really good thing because as far as the proximity of this location, it's hard to beat, because if you live in Lakewood and you want to go into Denver for work or activities, then you're just a short 10-15 minutes, depending on traffic, to get into actual downtown Denver. Or if you want to go to the mountains to play, then again, you're about 15 minutes to the foothills and shooting up I-70 or 285, and you can be up to a trailhead or a ski resort not much longer after that. So its location is really perfect. Because of that, though, being sandwiched between the two, Lakewood was developed in the mid-20th century. So mid-century is a lot of the style of the homes here. It does have a little bit of new build, but you're going to find that more so on an individual house or complex location that was on a lot, or a lot that they scraped in here in Lakewood and rebuilt brand new, or you're going to have to push pretty far west to find some new builds. We will take you through a newer build here at the end of the video for our $1 million listing, but predominantly the homes in Lakewood are anywhere from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, in that ballpark. But doesn't mean you can't find a great home. A lot of them have been renovated and brought to current design standards, so it's something that's desirable. Like, this is definitely a desirable part of town.
Something else interesting about Lakewood, it is Jefferson County Public Schools. So it gets an A- rating, which is excellent as far as the school districts here available in the Denver metro area. And Jefferson County is it's the western side of Denver in general, so it includes Lakewood and places like Golden and Morrison and that type of thing, Littleton.
Within Lakewood, it is the 5th largest city in the Denver metro area, and there's about 155,000 people that live here, and so that's growing every day. It's a nice mix of urban and suburban, so you'll have that feeling of living in the city and all the amenities. There's light rail, there's RTD, which is our bus system, but you also have that suburban feel. One of the things about Lakewood, though, is it's not a master plan community. So you'll notice that in some of the other suburbs of Denver, they're fully master planned, like Highlands Ranch. So every single building, street, roadway, etc., has been planned from the beginning before they started developing. Lakewood's not that way. It developed and grew. So, you may find pockets where there's not a grocery store right nearby, but within reason, everything is fairly accessible and you can get around town pretty simply. The average price in home in Lakewood is about $428,000. And so that's relatively moderate here in the Denver metro area. I think part of that plays into because of the age of the homes, maybe. And with those age, you're going to have a little bit smaller of a home footprint. Wouldn't you think something like that plays into that?
Yeah, and I think that because they are older and there isn't a lot of room to grow, there hasn't been that expansion like you'd see in like Aurora, where the average home price gets higher because you have the South Aurora and the East Aurora, where you can have expansion and growth and new builds and that type of thing. So Lakewood just doesn't have that. It has more of the 80s, 90s charm.
Right. But within Lakewood, 58% of people own their home, 42% rent.
Which is very unique, I think, to Denver as well, because what we've reported on in our in our videos so far, we usually see somewhere around between 75 and 82%. So there's a lot of renters here.
Yeah.
And I think it's also interesting that we discovered that there's a lot of young people who live here, and there's a lot of people on fixed incomes who live here. So that plays into the average.
The numbers were about 18% of Lakewood's population is young professionals, 25 to 34 age range. And then the next group of people at 17% of population was the retirees. So with that, I think you see vast variety. And even below that, they were pretty close in there. So it's not like it's all one age group of population. And then I think with that, the median income is $75,000, which is lower for Denver. And I think, again, you have that because you have the younger professionals that haven't quite peaked in their career yet to get that higher salary. And then you have the retirees who are on a bit more of a fixed income. Yeah. So Lakewood's a unique little part of town, and it's actually statistic, I think.
And it's the 5th largest city in Colorado.
Right.
So it is a very large city, and it's very diverse. Has tons of like local shopping, but is all the big box stores, multiple of them. Belmar is a really cool shopping area where you can pretty much find anything you want.
Yep. It also has Colorado Mills Mall, which is a mall like your old-fashioned indoor mall setting. Belmar is a little more outdoor mall, the newer style of mall that they're building, and also the job market here is really great. Between all of the commercial development, Lakewood also is set to outpace the national average with job growth. And so some of the big employers here are Einstein Bagel Company Corporation, like their headquarters. There's a marketing firm called Intergroup that is one of the largest marketing groups in the nation. Their headquarters are here. There's the Denver Federal Center is here. And then also we have 2 colleges here, Colorado Christian, and then also Red Rocks Community College. So, and then of course Jeffco Public Schools. So you've got a lot of job growth opportunity depending on which field you're in.
Yeah, absolutely. There was something else. Oh, and proximity to Red Rocks is amazing here as well. Red Rocks, the address isn't in Lakewood, but it is right next to Lakewood. In 15 minutes, you can be there.
And for those of you that aren't familiar or haven't watched our videos on Red Rocks yet, it's an outdoor amphitheater. Amazing. It's a destination.
It's #1 in the world, actually, for the natural amphitheater.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's amazing.
And big names come. There's concerts almost every night in the summer. They do movies. Easter morning service,
yoga on the rocks on Sundays as well, and
people go there and hike and just climb the stairs. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So on top of that, speaking of parks, there's over almost 100 parks here in Lakewood.
99, Michelle.
No, it's crazy. 99. Get it straight. I'm kind of a round numbers girl. So,
I'm teasing you.
Yeah, I know. But there's also Green Mountain Ranch, or Green Mountain. That's one of the parks. But the biggest here is Bear Creek Lake and Bear Creek State Park, and that's has several lakes. You can fish, boat, camp. They have campgrounds, and
beach.
Yeah, there's swim. There's all kinds of fun things to do there. There's 2 golf courses, and one of the things I was going to mention too about Green Mountain is there's trails, and it's in the foothills, so you can actually hike. And if you get to the highest point in Green Mountain, you're actually at about 6,800 feet above sea level. So, that's above a mile high. Denver's the mile high city. That Green Mountain is above a mile high. So it's
by quite a bit.
A destination for sure. So lots of things to do here. And so now we're going to, unless you have something else you want to add?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So now we're going to head out and kind of give you a feel for what the housing market looks like here, what you get for $500, $750, and $1 million. So stay tuned, and we'll tell you about this pink building again here at the end of our video.
See you at the next place. So here we are in a neighborhood called Sun Valley Estates in Lakewood. And this particular property is a 3-bed, 3-bath in the $500,000 price point. This neighborhood in general averages about $500,000 to $550,000. And in general, they also don't have basements, 2-car garages, built in the 1960s. So you're gonna, probably find some that are updated, some that aren't updated, and then the price will be according to that to that fact.
And there's a lot of tri-levels in this neighborhood. That's a definite sign of the 60s, the tri-level. But the nice thing about this neighborhood is that the proximity to Belmar is just half a mile down the street. And then there's a big park, Addenbrook Park.
Addenbrook Park, yeah.
Just to the south of us here. And so the proximity is perfect in this little pocket. That's what makes this little pocket desirable. Across the street, the other direction, you have over $1 million homes. So, they say it's never best to own the largest house in the neighborhood. Well, this would be a prime example of that strategy, because the houses across the street are going to give you some added value to your neighborhood here in Sun Valley Estates. So
walkability is excellent. I mean, you can get to restaurants, shopping,
bus stops,
right? Exactly. RTD. It's a really good central location in Lakewood.
Yeah. So we're heading to the 750 neighborhood next. So follow us there.
See you there. Hi again. Here we are in a neighborhood called Green Mountain. This is in Lakewood, Colorado, again at the $750,000 price point. I apologize for the sunglasses, but it is so sunny and so gorgeous today that it's just none is not an option. So anyhow, this house is 3-bed, 2-bath, roughly 2,700 square feet. This is in this area of Green Mountain, it's a ranch community. So in this property, you get about 1,500 square feet up and another 1,200 in the basement finished. It has been completely remodeled. We did find several homes in this neighborhood that are less than $750,000. And so there's a great opportunity for equity if you do want to put a little blood, sweat, and tears into renovating.
No blood, just sweat.
Okay, that's good. But sometimes it does result in tears and blood.
But there's opportunity here, is I guess what we're saying.
Exactly.
You have the opportunity to come in and find a house that maybe isn't as updated as this example. And add to it and make it your own.
Yep, and add some value in the meantime.
But it's a super desirable neighborhood. It's probably one of the most desirable neighborhoods in Lakewood.
At this price point,
it's Green Mountain. You got the park just to the west.
There's a lake. Green Mountain Lake is around the corner.
Yep, super quiet neighborhood. You're tucked in away from any busy streets, so it's super quiet. Now that means, as far as walkability goes, you're gonna have to walk through the neighborhood to get to some things, but it's super quiet. There's birds chirping, lots of mature landscaping, some beautiful lilacs right now here in the spring, flowers. For the most part, most yards, there's no HOA here, so most of the yards are very well kept. There's an occasional one that needs a little love, but it's it's a beautiful neighborhood here. Foothills are just to the west, so you kind of do have that feel that you're tucked in. The streets even here on the blocks are very hilly, so if you're out walking, you're going to walk downhill and uphill, and but you'll notice that. So it's got a little unique feel. It's not the flat plains like a lot of suburbs are in Denver. You got definitely some hills out here. So,
okay, we'll see you at $1 million house.
See you then.
We're in a neighborhood called Solterra. We're the west point you can get in Lakewood. Pretty close, at least, right?
But there's no wine here.
No,
so
we'll have to
wait for the wine in Tuscany. But no, it really does have a feel, an Italian feel here. Tile roofs, rock fronts. Actually, a lot of them are rock surrounds. But yeah, this is a super beautiful neighborhood. We're up on the top of a hill in Solterra, close to 470 on the west side of Lakewood. And this neighborhood is your $1 million neighborhood. With a lot of these houses literally have $1 million views as well. So you can see hill views, you can see valley views, mountain views. It is beautiful up here. So,
and if you hike to the top of Green Mountain, which is just around the corner, you can see DIA, downtown Denver, everything that there is to see heading east from this location.
And so this neighborhood's going to give you roughly about 3 three beds, 3 baths.
4,000, about 2,100 up, but this one specifically 21 up and 1,900 down, so it's a ranch. But I think that some of these 2 stories are larger, are probably a little bit more expensive.
There's a lot of ranches in this community as well.
Yeah.
So, but this is absolutely beautiful. This is a covenant controlled neighborhood. So you do have an HOA. There is a pool, a clubhouse, walking trails. They do events. So this is a really high-end, nice, desirable part of Lakewood for sure.
Absolutely. And the drive up here was breathtaking. So when you come to visit us and you want to see a house in Lakewood, we're coming here.
Yes, most definitely. So so that wraps that up here. We're gonna go find some place to grab some lunch and finish up the video. So stick around. Don't forget, we're telling you about that pink building in the parking lot. So
That's right.
We'll talk to you soon. See you there. Okay, so we are done with Lakewood. We hope we've given you all the information that you need to decide if Lakewood is a good fit for you to move here. Wanted to touch base on the pink building we were standing in front of. But first, let me tell you, we just finished lunch here at Moe's Original. You can see the sign behind me here. It is a delicious barbecue restaurant here in Lakewood. They do have a couple of different locations around the metro area, but it is, we think, a Colorado business. So fabulous. You got to try it out when you come into town. So that said, pink building. So we were in front of one of the most famous iconic restaurants here in Denver, and it just happens to be in Lakewood. It's called Casa Bonita. So if you are local, you know about Casa Bonita. It's been here for years and years and years. It was probably some of the worst Mexican food you could ever eat. However, the lines were always out the door. And the reason behind that is because it was a destination to go. You go and you walk in and you stand in line like you're in a cafeteria and you get your Mexican slop on a tray, really is what it was. But then once you got into the restaurant side of things, then you realized this was the experience. It felt like you were in kind of eating in these caves. They have cliff divers inside the building, arcades, video games, puppet shows, kind of geared towards kids.
Don't forget about the gorilla.
Oh, and the gorilla.
Gorilla man running
around. So again, kind of geared towards kids, but there was many tables in that restaurant that were just adults. And they have the best sopapillas you could have ever eaten. So it has been sold, went out of business, and the creators of South Park, who are Colorado locals, actually purchased it. So it has been undergoing a multi-million-dollar renovation over the last year or so, 2 years, and it's set to open this month. So that's why we wanted to spotlight it.
Yes.
We were in Lakewood, set to open. They literally had TV crews. We couldn't get much closer to the building than what you saw at the beginning because they have TV crews around there and armed guards. It's like top secret. So we will do a video there one day once it opens up and kind of show you, but kind of a fun, super fun local kind of vibe thing that if you're local, you'll totally get the hype about it. If not, you need to move here and see what the hype is about. So
there's nothing like it anywhere else in the country. I can guarantee you that.
There's not. And it's a fun environment. So,
and then the other thing we wanted to talk about is we did show you the 3 properties, 500, 750, and $1 million. We want to let you know that there are so many opportunities for properties under $500,000. What we showed you today was single family home, but there are so many multifamily condos, townhomes, even less expensive actual homes, single family homes.
Yeah, actually I looked it up and there is currently a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo that you can get for like $269,000. So that's a really nice price point. A really great entry level to get you into the Denver market if price is your concern. A great opportunity to get you into the market here in Denver.
Yeah, and then when you're ready to move up to your next property, you keep that one, rent it out, and then leverage the equity to buy your next place.
Yeah. Or actually, the way property values go here in Colorado, you can sell it and have more money to put towards your next one too. So options, and that's one thing about us is we do talk a lot about options. We are out of the box thinkers and don't believe that everything just fits into one little pretty box. And so that's one of the benefits of working with us and why we love making these videos. So we can share that out of the box thinking with you as well.
And you get 2 for the price of 1, so that's a good thing too.
Yep.
And then what's the most expensive listing?
The most expensive listing right now in Lakewood was $2.2 million. It was like a 5-bedroom, 6-bathroom house, and it was about 6,100 square feet. So good size. Again, that dollar stretches a little further in certain cities, so you need an expert to let you know what that looks like.
Okay, well, Lakewood's a wrap. So if you would do us a favor and subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know the next time we drop a new video. We'll see you next time.
See ya.